What up, whalers? In this video, I'm going to give a very short intro on how to use our new forecasting tool. It's very exciting, very powerful. Let's dive right in. So first things first, you'll notice you have a graph and a table. They're showing you the same information, just in different formats. In this table, first of all, we have two tabs, revenue and inventory. And in both tabs, the x-axis of the table is time, June, July, August, and the y-axis of the table is different metrics, which is unlike some of the other tables in Triple Whale, actually all of the other tables. Okay, so looking at the month of August, we had predicted that this business, Madison Braids, would end the month of August with $36,001 of revenue. And in actuality, it came in with $36,322, which means that our prediction was off by a little bit less than 1%, which is really cool to see. But that was not evenly distributed. We were way, or rather, let's put it like this. The actuals came in way above prediction for new customer revenue, and the actuals came in way below prediction for returning customer revenue. They balanced out to a cool, 1% delta, but that delta was not evenly distributed. You can dig in to get more detail about how the predictions, the actuals were broken out between paid, organic, and other, between Facebook and Google. And you can even dig into the individual channels to see how everything broke down at a decomposed level. That's for new customer revenue. It's organized by channel. For returning customer revenue, it's organized by segment. So we have revenue by segment, number of customers by segment, number of orders by segment, average order value by segment, repeat purchase rates by segment. What segment specifically? Well, we have newly acquired customers. Those are people whose first purchase was in the prior month. Recently acquired customers, those are people whose first purchase was between 2 and 6 months prior. Non-recent active customers, the non-recent part refers to their first purchase. They were acquired non-recently, meaning their first purchase was 7 or more months ago, but they're nonetheless active, meaning that they've made a non-zero number of purchases in the most recent 6 months. And then finally, we have a segment for reactivated customers. Those are people who were shopping with you, and then they went dormant for 7 months, and then they came back and made a purchase. So those are the 4 segments we're working with here. They should be collectively exhaustive of all of your repeat customer revenue, okay? And as I was saying before, we have actuals and predictions. We also have goals, all right, that you can set. We don't have any goals for the month of August. Let's look at Q3, okay? And we can click set goal. We'll set a goal for the month of September. Our goal is, let's say, $50,000. I could get more granular and break this up between new and returning customer revenue. I could get even more granular, but let's just stick with this. We're going to be a little bit more heavily new customer focused. Save, all right? And then we have our goal populated right here. Now that I have a goal, I can cruise along to the summary page and check out how I'm pacing toward my goal. Let's look at pacing on a monthly basis. Might just take a moment to populate. Check my watch here. All right, here we go. Here's how we're pacing toward the goal. The goal is $50,000 for the month. Currently, we've booked $21,000. Given that when I'm recording this video, it's September 26th, which means we're pretty close to the end of the month. So to be on track to hit my goal, I would need to have booked $43,000 of revenue. But I'm only at 21. So the difference between those two is $21,000, meaning 43 minus 21 equals 21.8. All right, and 21.8 divided by 43 comes out to 49%. So I'm 49% behind target. Okay, that's for total customer revenue. For returning customer revenue, I'm a little closer. For new customer revenue, I'm a little further behind. And for blended ad spend, I am far ahead of pace. In other words, this is not a favorable position to be in, but at least you can see where you're holding in real time relative to your goals without having to get out a calculator. And you can look at that on a daily basis or on a monthly basis. If you're looking daily, you have 2 options: hourly distribution, which treats all hours as being equal, or smart distribution, which normalizes the pacing to the typical peaks and valleys of revenue for your specific business. Okay, let's hop back over here. We do have multiple prediction models. We have a linear regression model for the predictions. We have a seasonal model. All right, what else do we want to dig into? We've talked about setting goals. We've talked about the different the different prediction models. Pardon me. You can turn the table on and off. You can turn columns on and off. You can control the date range from here. You can export everything to CSV or sync to Google Sheets. Finally, let's check out the inventory tab. This is where the front of the business kind of meets the back of the business. You can view the number of line items that you're processing, the number of orders that you're processing, the average number of line items per order. And then we have mix. Mix is the distribution of your line items across your catalog. So for example, in the month of July, for every 100 line items that were sold, approximately 12 of them were some kind of Lulu 2-strand, which is a product that's sold in this store. If I want to understand how that breaks down at a SKU level, I can click here and see a SKU level view. Okay, so that's, again, the mix. Then we have the revenue by product. We have the number of units that are sold by product. And again, you have that for actuals, predictions, and goals. And finally, you have the stock level by product. Just to explain briefly how the math works or how the process works for having goals for your inventory, essentially what we do is we take your goal that you've given us for top line revenue and we multiply it by the mix that we're predicting for that month. And we do predict a distinct mix for every month because tastes change, seasons change, the size and shape of your catalog changes. So again, we multiply your explicitly stated goal for top line revenue times the mix that we're predicting. For example, if you gave us a goal for the month of September of $100,000, we would predict that $12,000 would be coming from Lulu 2-strand because 12% of the mix is predicted to be Lulu, okay? So that's how we calculate the revenue by product for goals. And then we divide that by the price of each product, and that gives us the number of units, that will be sold to meet your goal, or will need to be sold to meet your goal. Obviously, the data is not populating here, so that's a little bit of a bug. But that is, in principle, how it works to have goals for inventory. And I think with that, we have covered the entire feature set of the product in just under 8 minutes.